Aquaba. Welcome to Expat Life Ghana. I'm Tony. This is my wife Ayo. We're documenting our move from Texas to Ghana as we go beyond the return.
Whew! It's the end of November, y'all. It feels like this month has been a long one.
It's been a busy one. Busy one. People asking, hey, where you guys go, where you're at, you're not putting out content. We do apologize for that. We had a lot going on.
It's been a long month. It's been a month.
Yes.
But in this video, we're talking all about Blaxit, right?
Blaxit to where?
To Ghana. We're talking about some people who are getting ready to make some tough choices, and also some bad news about the Lightso.
Dum, 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 dum.
So let's get this video started. We are live, and we're live early today because it's
Why not?
Thanksgiving. Why not? Are you
I mean-
Black Friday shopping? Like Thanksgiving weekend is a no rules weekend.
Yeah, it's like, y'all on holiday, not doing anything else.
Somebody asked me if we were eating turkey yesterday, and I was like,
If you can find one.
"Yeah, we could maybe some duck."
I'm not big on dog.
Yeah.
Well, chicken's big.
Well, it's not a holiday here.
No,
But
it's not. It's just regular Friday.
Yeah, but I think it's funny. There's Black Friday sales here in Ghana.
Yeah,
but no Thanksgiving to kick it off.
So I don't mind that,
Kind of interesting. I think
Yeah,
it's
was,
like Black Friday lasts like 2 weeks.
what was weird was like the people asking, hey, where we can get the cranberry sauce, where I get some stuff for it. It's like, come on now.
I don't. Did they find it? Was there like stuffing mix or?
They're asking where we can buy Thanksgiving food.
I guess you have to find somebody who's coming in and let them bring that to you. Big old turkey butterball right in the suitcase. I see it right now. So, all right. Well, I'm a little worried about this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You are currently sitting with this list of notes next to me, and I haven't seen them, and you didn't show them to me.
It's unscripted.
Yeah,
It's going off the chain.
Look at you but I didn't see them, so I don't.
You don't
know.
need to see them. You'll hear them as we.
I'm a little worried. I feel a little anxious.
I'm gonna offend some people today, and really, I apologize for that. But then, at the same time, you should be offended.
So this is gonna be fun.
Hey, I'm not trying to be like a bad guy, but I'm just saying, hey, I'm just stating facts, and they're offensive.
Okay, so you are live here with us. It's gonna be a good one. Buckle up. Do you have any spotted that you want to get out of the way? You have a couple different tour groups in.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
So I was in the U.S. and I got one spotted. I guess I'm not the spotted type.
No, I do want to give a shout out to Jet Union.
Aww.
Why?
Hey,
because
Jet.
we finally met you after all these years, and we now understand your name, Jet Union.
Yes.
Well, the Jet part at least.
Jet is awesome.
Yeah. So
Jet, you're awesome.
So yes, thank you for stopping by, seeing us, and all that stuff, and it was great to meet you.
It's actually really awesome when people who watch us on the channel come and stay with us because it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I see your name like forever,
all the time.
like Antonio Rodriguez.
Yes.
And it's gonna be great to meet him when he comes.
Exactly.
He's
so
coming too.
I do love that. I do love that. So you've got a couple of groups in right now. It is Daddy December, starting next week. Let the party
Sunday
begin.
already. Wow,
Yes.
they're already coming in. The party is starting already.
It's starting.
If you don't know, well,
I mean, I just want to say first off, you've been at the airport a few times over the last couple weeks, and they're flowing out.
They
like
started coming. It's coming. They're coming in already. So
yes.
People, getting ready.
Exactly.
Getting ready.
Well, if you are planning your December events, please do not forget. There's one event you do not want to miss. You were playing DJ music the other day.
Yeah. So I had this little promo in my head, and I didn't get a chance to do it, but it was going to be promoting the event. So if you don't know, it's going to be 70s, 80s, 90s, and towards the end, we're going to kick it into that early 2000s, but none of the new stuff. Just an old school dance party. Grab your woman, get to the dance floor, no hugging the walls and all that stuff. It's a straight up dance party.
It's gonna be fun. Can I tell you what's so funny? Somebody emailed and they're like, "How far are you throwing back?"
We're going to the 70s. That's when greatness was born. And that's the music I know. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s. We're going to have
That's gonna be a good sample.
Celebrity guest DJ, somebody who you may have seen on TV if you watch any reality TV shows. And who else is going to be there? There may be a guest or two from the entertainment area. I can't say. Anyway, from the yeah.
I can only make my eyebrows dance.
Yeah, I can't say. Y'all know me, hey. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna get this, and then when you get there, you get like all of that. You're like, what? So if you don't know about our parties that we throw, we try to throw a great party, something that people are gonna talk about, remember. And this is the official Diaspora in December.
Yeah, you're actually
throwback party.
You're registered with the Ghana Tourism Authority and the Beyond the Return campaign. Like you've been endorsed. And, you've been approved.
Ministry of Tourism as well. So we got their support behind this. We got their stamp of approval to go ahead and call this the official.
The official.
I'm so happy about that because next year it'll be the second annual official throwback party.
Yes, don't get fooled by imposters. Come to the official party.
Yeah.
Did you like that official?
Yeah, and it's happening at Green's Lounge. Green's Lounge. They're having their soft reopening today.
They just they just did a big renovation.
Major renovation.
Yes,
the whole place is
so nice.
Oh wow. December 27th. That's next year. Oh, next month. Today they have a soft opening. You're going to see me there for that. There's I'll think of the name. I'll come back to the name. But there's a performance there tonight, and it's gonna be crazy. I got a group coming in with me. Oh, we're gonna have fun.
So if you're in town already, that's where
I'll be at the Greens Lounge tonight.
But don't forget for December
Community 9.
To make sure that you get online.
December 27th. Go buy your tickets now because we are selling the VIP tickets. And we can only sell a limited amount, and we only got.
I think we're already out of a couple of the cabana sizes.
Yeah, I think we're.
If you are coming with the big,
I think there may be like.
There's only one left.
One left, I think so.
Make sure if you want the cabana, make sure you get it soon because it will be gone.
Yep.
And then get those VIP tickets, discounts for those of you who buy 2 tickets at once, and it's gonna be a good one.
My wife is going to be there. And she's going to be dancing and partying with us. So
I'm gonna need some Red Bull or some. A nap? I'm not gonna make
it. Get a nap and Red Bull, you'll be all right. So yeah.
Well, we got some news here from Ghana.
News from Ghana.
But I think the first thing before we even get into the news from Ghana is that we have to do 2 things. We have to.
Oh yeah. We gotta thank people.
Yeah,
right?
We gotta give a thank you first
to all of our 60,000 plus subscribers now. We got like 60,000 plus subscribers. So to all of you watching live, thank you. To all of you who are going to be catching this on the rewatch. Oh, somebody's calling me out. That is so funny. Go up to where the comments were. Yeah. You see it? Right there. I don't know who E-Static is. Yeah. I'm going to talk to E-Static. I don't know who that is, but you know who I am, obviously. But anyway, where was I at?
I don't even know anymore.
I don't even know. That threw me off. Like somebody actually know that I was a DJ. That is so crazy.
You are an audiophile. We were thanking the 60,000 of you who subscribed to the channel. And it seems like this question came up for me. I just came back from the States. I was on a speaking tour. And the thing I kept coming up was people were really very curious about this idea of leaving America. I don't know why November kind of rolled around, and for some strange reason that I cannot possibly explain.
All I can say is be prepared.
There was a sudden interest in leaving America.
Prepared.
Why do you think that would be, Tony?
Well, Well, if you're familiar with the Lion King, right? See, this is where we were talking. You remember the Lion King when Scar killed Mufasa, and there was that whole you know new king, and be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's like in America now. Be prepared.
What do you think?
When Scar came into power, the bad guy came into power. Metaphor. The bad guy's in power now, right? What did the bad guy do? Bad guy flipped everything on his head and brought in his bad guy cronies to do some bad
The
stuff with him.
hyenas? This is an interesting
Yeah,
metaphor that you're
yeah,
using right
it
now.
really is, right? And everybody knew Scar was a bad guy, and nobody wanted him, but there he is.
So what choice does the lion have? The lions that were in the pride, what could they do?
Um, they couldn't do nothing.
Oh,
They had to wait for a while till this new dude came around.
that could take years.
Yep. It could take 0 years because the new king could be like, there's going to be no more kings past me as an official act or something like that. So something to think about. I don't like it.
Well, I think for me, it's just more of a conversation about the fact that y'all out there have choices. Just please remember that you have choices.
So, yeah.
And the first step is to make sure that you have your passport. Get that passport. Get that taken care of.
There are two people, and this is where I said somebody may get offended by this. There's two people we're talking to right now.
I'm trying to see your paper because I'm like, what are you about to talk about?
There's two types of black people in America. There's two types. And this is kind of a lead in into the second part of what we'll be talking about. And a lot of people in America aren't paying attention to like America's fit globally.
Okay. All right.
Right.
I mean, I think there is some concern.
The first type of black person in America, after the elections, they went into Thanksgiving mode, holiday mode. They went, hey, election's over. Oh, well, win. Okay, great. And, Black Friday shopping today, doing whatever. They're not even thinking about elections again.
I don't know any of those.
and the numbers of the TV show or news shows and that they're dropping down.
I did see that. For those of you who are wondering, the Nielsen ratings showed that MSNBC, CNN, kind of these maybe center-left TV programs have seen viewership drops by half since the election, where Fox News has seen viewership jump since the election. So there is a little bit of maybe, is it that you're checking out, or is it that you just can't listen?
I don't know, but you're tuned out to what's happening globally. There's a second type of black person in America.
Okay, I'm ready.
This black person is the reason United Airlines went from 3 trips in a week to 7 in a week.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, there are 2 airlines that currently run direct flights from the United States to Ghana. That is Delta, direct from JFK, and United, direct from DC. So those 2 airlines are the kind of the way to get here without having to pit stop through Europe or anything else. Delta had been running the most frequent trips, but United just announced that it's going from 3 flights a week to 7 days a week. So it's going on a daily flight from the United States to Ghana, which is more than double.
People lie. Ladies lie. Men lie. Numbers don't lie. 62% increase overall in a year. 62% increase in bringing people here. Now,
is this all on the paper still?
Type 2.
Okay, so type 2.
Well, my friend Aquaba, welcome to Ghana. In United Airlines, since you increase your flights to from DC to Accra 7 days a week, we just want to say United Airlines. Yes, we are looking for a sponsor, and we would love to partner with a great company like you. We appreciate your recognition for the daily need for reasonable and great service airfare to Ghana, Madase, United Airlines. We waiting to hear from you.
So this is very interesting because on
Yep.
my last
So
trip,
that was my pitch to United Airlines, if you didn't catch that. Since they're coming here 7 days a week now instead of 3 times. Hello, group type number 1, are you paying attention? Because type number 2, United Airlines is like, we got y'all back, type 2. We know y'all need to get out of there. And I can tell you, there's a young lady staying with us now. Congratulations to her. She signed on her house yesterday. She's been here for not quite 30 days.
Yeah, it's not a month yet.
Yeah, not. Congratulations to her. She understands. She does not want to go back.
She came for just a little. She came for a tour.
For a tour, and during that, yeah.
And she was like, "Nope, not going."
Two guests before her, Gerald, Mr. Gerald, came in and was like, "Yo, I'm not going back. I bought a one-way ticket." Bruh, Aquaba.
I worry when people do that. Like that I feel stressed out when people do that.
Don't.
But you feel like
well, I don't when they have the cash to be able to support themselves.
And they can go back.
Yeah,
like they have the option to.
And I understand that. So I mean, shout out to United Airlines again, from Dulles to Accra, straight route and non-stop route, 7 days a week now.
Yeah, I think so this last time I went, I flew Delta, and we have had we've had some positive Delta experiences and some not so positive experiences for those of you who can remember that commentary. But do you know what? This last time that I went, I was on the new plane.
Mm-hmm.
They got a new plane finally.
Finally.
Yeah, they were running, I think, the oldest plane in their fleet.
Yep.
And
that they were.
From JFK to Accra. It was
United wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, so okay. But the Delta plane is the new plane. Yes. So it is the new and upgraded plane. But there was no internet. So like they advertised that there's going to be internet, and then the internet was out the entire time.
I'm sure.
And then
I'm sure it's coming.
On the return trip, the TV monitors, like the entertainment monitors, weren't flicked on. Like I think it was almost 45 minutes into the flight before they finally figured out how to get them on. And I was like, this is the new plane.
Again, United would not do that.
Well, I enjoy. We have status on Delta. I have status on Delta because I go back and forth a lot. But maybe I have to switch over to United. Delta also does not let you use your status to be upgraded on international flights, which is like, why do I get all these points if you can't even upgrade me?
I don't think United would do that.
And
they fly 7 days a week to Accra now. Hello, are you paying attention?
Okay, you win.
All right,
you win. You got it.
Should I do my pitch again? United Airlines. We are looking for a sponsor. I think they get it by now. United Airlines. We'd be glad to hear from you.
Yes.
Our tours. Here's the problem: is our tours. They're all coming from different places. It would be great to be able to have everybody meet up in one place and then have them come over at the same time on that new United flight.
You really love United right now.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I got a lot more.
I think the main takeaway here, other than Tony's pitch for United, is that the fact that United has more than doubled its flights out of US to Accra,
62% increase. Wow.
Is kind of an indicator. But hopefully this will also drive prices down a little bit, because they are, for the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive
on the high side.
We're hoping that,
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. So airlines know what's up.
Type 1 in America doesn't. Y'all out there, hey, the whole world is like, yo, if you don't know, they're doing some things around in the world, and they're shifting for this second term Trump, which, I mean, Kamala said it. Kamala said it. She was like, hey, y'all know who he is and what he's about. Trust that. Trust what you know. And I'm telling you.
So I had
day one, he's saying it. Day one. What did he say? Day one?
I had the privilege of being around some other very well-educated Black women the day after the election.
Yay.
And that was a hard one.
Yeah. It was hard. I felt bad after that election because of what it meant for the what is Black women is like the highest educated or something like that. the highest degree per capita or something like that in America. So black women, I think it was like
We come a long way, baby.
yeah,
We come a long way, baby, and we fought to get that long way.
and the rest of the world are embracing women of color in these high positions. And what do we do in America?
Now, I know that there's some
wow, that was sad to see.
There's capitulation about why,
Mm-hmm.
the why behind the results. But either way, no matter where you kind of stand on that, I think there is something to be said about the journey of being a black woman in professional bubbles in the United States. I'm not going to maybe comment on what that message is, but it definitely is. We hear it.
Yeah,
we hear it.
Yeah, with the DEI removal and affirmative action removal, it's like, you know, there's no. I wrote something down on that too.
Well, while you're doing that, let me just pop in and say a few hellos. A to the B is saying hello from Charlotte. Hey,
hello.
Good to see you. We've got Pamela finally catching a live. Hello, hello. Antonio Rodriguez. Hey.
What's up, Antonio? I was talking about you earlier.
We've got Phoenix by the way of Cleveland. Somebody is shouting out the Sankofa symbol on your T-shirt. Kwame says hello, hello.
It's Janami.
Oh, it is the Janami. She wrote Sankofa, and I didn't even look, and I was like, "Yep, Sankofa." Mm-hmm. It is Janami. Sorry, Sankofa means
accept God.
Or
the of God.
I said Sankofa. Janami means.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's why I got your back.
Thank you. Kwame says hello. Congrats from Abadi and Malachi. Yay on the 60,000.
Oh, 60. I was gonna say, hey. I should be congratulating some other people. We'll get to that in a minute.
Pamela says, get that passport, y'all. Get that passport. Raven says, good afternoon from the ELG. And Jet says, Delta is not worth it. I have the frequent flyer points also. Jet,
United would not do that. So shout out to United Airlines again.
I mean, there's a couple of headaches that are very weird in terms of, like, my sister is flying out to US and had a problem boarding with Delta just today. And so it's like, Delta, what?
I'm sure United would not do that.
Delta, Jet, I think I have to agree with you. I don't know if the Delta is worth it. Maybe I need to shift my point preferences to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hold.
So we're supposed to say, hey, if you aren't subscribed, hit the like button. We appreciate you taking your time out today and hanging out with us.
Yes, and happy. I don't even think I can say Thanksgiving.
Hey, thanks for hanging with us today. Hey, I see Martin Billups is hanging with us today. What's up, man? I'm waiting on you and your lovely wife to get back this way.
Yes. Someone wants to know if the people in the cabanas are considered VIPs.
Yes, very much so.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just so you know, if you are on one of the VIP tickets, you get a meal. You get an alcoholic beverage or beverage of your choice, and then admission. And if you are on the VIP, you also get, depending on the size of the cabana, you also get champagne.
No, all cabanas get champagne.
Is it two or is it one?
It goes
up. On the size.
Yeah.
There's one that has the big one.
Oh, the big ones get like 4 bottles.
Yeah, so I mean, it depends on the size of the cabana, how many you'll get, because it depends on how many people are.
Yeah, but the cabanas are VIP. You get a wristband for the VIP section. And your cabanas are, secure.
Plus meal, drinks, and champagne. So you know, making it fancy.
Yeah, we are the official.
There's so many people questions.
Diaspora December party. Yeah. So
Jet is saying that she flew Delta One. Those are the most expensive. Jet.
Yeah.
Will you adopt me? Oh my God, Delta One. Hello. But the food was bad and the staff was so. They served dinner when we took off. Yes, they do that. They serve. As soon as you get on the plane, they take off and they feed you. Then they turn off all the lights, and then like an hour before you're landing, they kind of do that same thing. They wake you all up. They feed you.
They get you. They get you on a like, hey, the next morning, you know, they try to make you physically go to sleep so you can wake up, and you know, it's like
but that 9:45 thing, it's like
it's morning.
That 6 hours, like they just needed to maybe hold off like a couple hours, but I get where they're coming from. It is a really long flight.
Yeah,
It's like 11, 12 hours. So it's a little, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, Jet. And then folks are wishing us a couple, they got some 1970s.
1970, that's right.
Happy throwback.
So who is E Static? E
Yeah,
Static.
like,
But yeah, Jesse's that. If you don't know, Jesse was my uncle, and I DJ'd at I DJ'd a couple places in the States, but for him,
says Julian. They even followed up Julian.
Oh, that's my fam. Oh, man, Jesse, your uncle too, fool. Why you messing with me, man? You trying to, hey, man, that E Static. See, I love my family. That's my real family there. You know, Eric. You know.
Oh, is that Eric?
And Eric, I'll tell you, she won't travel just to see anybody. So you know you're special to me, bro. I appreciate you checking in. But yeah, you remember Dogs Inn and the other place on Locust Street, 24th and Locust.
Yeah, you love music. Yeah. And the other day I put on some music for in the house, and I told the boys to dance with me, and they looked at me like, I'm worried. Have we failed them? Do they not have enough of appreciation for the throwback music that is going to be featured at the party? Have we stunted
Luke
them?
does, but some of your throwback music, I'd be like,
Et tu brute. Okay. A to the B says congrats on the 60. Yeah. All white cabinet shows up this town is about. Is it an all white cabinet? I thought not even the HUD. Did he? I tuned out.
The HUD director. No, they canceling out HUD. What are we talking about? HUD is over. Sorry, that's one of those places that Elon Musk and Ramaswamy, whatever his name is, wants to get rid of.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's not efficient. It's not efficient. So bad guys were already in power. Look at what they represented. It makes sense to me. Good afternoon.
All that stuff.
Hello, Joe and Mika spoke against T during the election, then went to visit him in Florida. No integrity. Aww. Hey, not my monkey, not my circus. I love United Airlines. Maybe you are right,
United.
Tony.
I'm telling you, United. Listen, I can be your spokesperson. We have tours all the time. It would be great to have a partner like you, because we fly a lot, and we'd like to fly in comfort.
I do fly a lot. I would be glad to promote you whenever I speak. United Airlines.
And she does speaking engagements, all kinds of stuff. So,
I just did 2 weeks of speaking. It was a lot. I'm still tired.
So and you made 70 so time spent on the power.
Yeah.
Also looking less traffic. Tema.
Yeah, Tema is.
And I don't know why. There's a lot of new buildings happening here. A lot of apartments.
And new buildings.
Yeah,
Like I am upgrading my family house with a second story.
Multi-units everywhere.
They're going crazy. We miss Tema. If you have money, I'm saying. But if you don't,
we miss Tema.
We can't afford Tema now.
I ain't going nowhere.
We're close for Tema being like, okay, Tema out of your price range. You got to go.
You don't make me leave Tema?
No. You want to leave Tema secretly. Tell the truth. Aburi is like, did you see his face?
That don't mean I want to leave Tema. I'm trying to be like a big boy.
Like that, Aburi the village. And
Monday through Thursday, I'm in Tema, and then Friday night.
Up to your home.
Up to the mountains.
Got it. Tony's talking about identity politics. That's no good because I'm doing a stopover in Europe before getting Accra. It's very tiresome and so jet laggy, if that is a word. Jujo, that is the word. When you don't take the direct flights from Delta or United and you do the layover in like Europe, which sometimes we have to do because like when we go to Florida, when we go to Miami, or we go to, there's a couple places where you go where your travel time is just jacked up if you don't go through Europe. So we've flown through Portugal, London, Paris. Oh my gosh, where else we went through? Lisbon. I don't even know all the places that we've flown through. And it's so much more jet lag because you travel for like 5 hours. And then you have to sit at the airport, right? And then you get on the airplane and you travel again for like 7, 8 hours.
I did not like that.
It's not my favorite. It's not my jam. not my jam. So yes, Joju jet laggy is a word. That was a lot of J's in that sentence. So many ignorant.
Pickaninnies.
I didn't want to say it, but you just did it. I was just gonna look at it.
I just thought it was an interesting way to say that. But okay.
Hello from Virginia.
What's up?
Martin says, howdy. Oh, I just lost my comments. Hello to everyone from Ella Armstrong. Hello, hello. Have a Kwanzaa gift for the boys. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Excited to see you.
Thank you.
Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime. I think we're all guilty.
Interesting.
Nobody will be deported since being an illegal is a crime that 13th Amendment slavery will kick in.
Speaking of slavery kicked in, did y'all hear what happened to the private slavery industry? Private prison industry.
Okay, so before you get into, let me take my airline comment off because I want to put this comment up. Y'all, in the United States, I have a question. What are y'all playing at? Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you need to tell us.
Okay, so the private prison industry stocks went up like 50%. What does that mean? This dude said day one what he's going to do. Private prisons that means if their stock went up, they're anticipating something. What could they be anticipating? Oh, bodies. Bodies. Why would the private prison system, which I'm sure Trump and all of his cronies who are in Congress,
we don't say the T word and we're not talking about politics.
But I'm sure they all have money in certain areas.
There was a huge transfer of wealth in the 24 hours after the election that shifted a lot of wealth to people who are already
type 1 people in America. Are y'all paying attention? Because type 2 is like, yo, United.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Well, and we've also seen now too, we've seen kind of a cropping up of other tour service providers.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody kind of knows, like they know what's up.
They know. Yeah. There's been a surge of tour companies coming to Ghana. Couple based here, but the majority are based in the States, and they're subcontracting with people here in Ghana. So
I always worry about that.
Yeah, I don't trust them people either. I don't do that. Second party tour companies.
We've run into people who are like, "Can you come and save me?"
Several times. So don't do that.
Just be careful.
You want a legitimate tour company? We're here. There's some other people here that have been around for a while. I'm not trying to plug us on tours, but yes, I'm trying to plug us on tours.
Well, and it's not just that. It's that when you come, you want to have a good quality experience. I mean, I can't imagine anything more disappointing than trying to come here and then getting here and being frustrated and disappointed like that. That's not what you're coming for.
And the only complaint we get is I don't answer emails as fast as I should. We are a small mom and pop organization, and we do our best with what we have. We don't try to get too big too fast, so we try to maintain a certain quality level. So we do apologize for not being able to answer emails.
But you know what your number one complaint is? That people don't want to leave you.
People don't want to leave me. Hello, cousin Tony. That's my brother there. They don't want to leave. Why? Because when you come, this is how I am when we go to places. My wife would tell you she don't want to stay with everybody. We travel some places, but I got some family members that when I go there, I'm like, man, this is lovely. My wife enjoyed her time. I don't want to leave, and that's how. Something's wrong. And that's how it feels when you come here and visit with us, that you don't want to leave. And that's a good point.
That's true.
You don't want to leave.
I'll
make you feel like it's not your traditional tours with us. So
we have somebody who's asking, how can we get in touch with you to book for December? But you don't have any. Your
Listen,
windows for December. Don't try to be
yeah,
anybody else's
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
windows.
I have until like the 15th or something like that, or I don't even know, man.
You are really booked.
It's
So
it's
I would just
rough.
say like that would be a rough one. But definitely plan on coming to the throwback party. That'll definitely be where we can get you in. So if we can, let's do a quick. One of the top tourist spots when people come is to actually have this experience of going to the slave castles.
Hmm.
And so I'm just going to play a quick video of that and answer one more quick question, which is, are there still visas on arrival? Before we get to that, let's roll this video of a slave castle tour. Okay, so you just had someone go on a slave castle tour, and you came back telling me about it, and it made me laugh again. Would you care to tell why you find it interesting when people go on these slave castle tours?
Well, usually what happens, there's like, is that the part you like how the people start lagging behind?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So usually when like there's a group of people and there's some people who don't have melanin, um, those people they start with the group, everybody's together, but then they start lagging behind a little bit, like midway through the tour, they're lagging behind. But halfway through the tour towards the end of the tour, you don't see those people anymore. And so the group came back, and I was like, "Hey, so how'd it go?" That's how it was good. And I saw the guy laughing because I knew what he was going to say. He's like, "Yeah, you're right, man." I was like, "What? Yeah, people, they just started falling behind." And I was like, "Yeah, I told you." And then there's something else that happens um, with these tours, and that is when older black men go, it really hits them emotionally. And he was telling me how a gentleman, the black man was, getting emotional. He took off his shoes and was upset. I was like, oh, he went through like all these range of emotions. Then I'm like, yeah, that's why I can't go on them tours all the time, man. I can do like one or two a year, but when I see them going through their emotions, I know what they're going through, and I get, oh boy, it's not good, man. It's not good. So
Yeah.
yeah, our tours, especially those tours, we try to prepare people for all of what they're going to see and hear, and just so they're all ready to receive it properly. But those tours, they really really hit you emotionally, especially going to the Slave River
Yeah,
Walk.
I was about to say the whole experience. It's not just the tour at the castle. You kind of create a whole experience so that
Right.
they are seeing multiple points
Hmm.
along the journey. But what I actually think is interesting is my dad made that kind of same comment, and I think there's something about people who have lived through like the process of integration and civil rights activism once already,
Yeah.
and having that experience I think is very different than maybe those of us who read it in a book or experience it
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
So yeah, that whew, whew, whew. But I did think it was funny what he said about how certain group
Just
participants fade
fade away.
away.
Just
I mean, that must
fade
be
away.
very, I'm biracial. I can imagine that that's
Hmm.
hard to grapple with because it's not, you're getting a perspective that you can't make tangible in a textbook, and you can't smell and feel and touch by watching like a video about it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
experience itself is not only impactful to people of color, but also to people who
and
are on the other side of the
on the right
experience.
day, the right hot day, your emotions are even heightened because the heat and the smell that comes out, everything is just so much more or vivid, and
Yes.
it's just wow. It's just okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Marine Sam says it should be called a slave dungeon and not a castle. And I disagree. And
Mhm.
this is part of why is that when you go on the tour, what you will find is that just above the holding cells was a chapel and beautiful, nice
Yeah.
suites and rooms. The idea that it's a dungeon almost makes it sound like it's a jail or it was something negative, and that's not what it was. It was a castle. People built opulence and places of worship on a foundation that held people against their will. So I think you should call it a castle because it deserves the dichotomy of people building a church over where they held where they held captives,
And
building suites and places to enjoy over where people were suffering. So while I understand the dungeon, like that idea, I'm going to respectfully disagree. But come and see what it's like and see if you get that same impression.
It's deep. It's deep.
It is. So we have
who's this person here, Sandra? Hit me up.
okay, with this one. Oop, I think I hit that.
Yeah. Hello at expatliveghana.com.
Thank you. Renting the whole house is definitely possible. Just send an email and we will get you that quote. You have somebody else who's coming in and doing that. They're doing their whole family. That's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's asking about.
Saeed just did that too.
Yes, Jet highly recommending the lodge. Thank you,
Jet. And I always get the thing like the pictures that we have for the lodge that are online. People like, dude, you need to get better pictures. Man. This lodge is off the chain. The pictures are nice, but they don't do it justice. So
I did such a good job decorating.
Not. Thank you. I am the interior decorator.
Yes. Shani wants to know how far in advance you offer bookings. They'd like to come and visit sometime next year in June. You should book now.
Yeah, you should book now. Get your airline tickets now. Yeah.
We already have.
We have a tour in May for the Friends and Family tour.
In July.
For
the Educators tour. So I would definitely get that done as soon as you can.
Hey, L. Armstrong. Hey, how you doing?
Glad I was able to catch you guys after Thanksgiving. Met your assistant and driver in September. Family was very appreciative of all the care you took on such short notice. Yay. Love that.
I don't think she even did a referral or somebody.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Brown Coke Blue, hey, good to see you here. Portugal Airline Tap Never Again.
Oh, I was offended by something they did with me.
So in case you're wondering, we actually did fly Tap, and it was because we were going to Miami. And the Miami flights, like I'm just telling you now, trying to get to Miami with Delta and United just requires so many pit stops that you get to the States and then you're like, bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
It's like stone skipping. So Tap offers Accra to Portugal, Portugal to Miami, and you're done.
Yeah.
But how was your experience, Tony?
I was offended by something that happened to me.
What happened?
I had noticed that somebody was going around to all the melanated passengers saying, "Hey, you got your carry-on needs to be checked now because the flight is so full."
So this is what you need to know about Tap is that when you buy a regular ticket on Tap, they kind of put you in, I think it's the green zone, which is like the back half of the plane. And you have to upgrade yourself to get into the red zone, which is in the front half of the plane. The pitch is a little deeper. The seats recline a little bit further, and you have a slightly bigger kind of like
longer legroom.
Yeah,
that's why I got it. I
need the
longer legroom. I'm a tall guy,
and he just needs that space. So we've paid to be in the section with the longer legroom. So they saw you in line,
and they was like, "Yo, it's a full flight. Baggage area is going to be, we check your bag."
And you only had one bag between the three of you. It was like this little bag.
I was like, wow, okay.
So they got your bag.
get on the plane, and everybody's getting on, and I go to sit down. It was me and the boys traveling. So the three of you all sit down. I'm looking around. I don't see anybody around my section, right? I'm looking around, and like the section's like 15 rows deep. And there's maybe in these 15 rows deep, 3, 4, 3. I think that's how the setup was.
Yep.
Yeah, 3, 4, 3. There were maybe about 20 people, maybe if that, in that area.
Yeah. So
there are 15 people in that area.
Are you saying
15 rows, 3, 4, 3?
So are you saying that it's possible that they were maybe making a judgment call on where you might be sitting based on
100%. I know United would not do that.
You're back to United.
But I was looking, I'm like, why did they take there was no and what made me feel bad was they came through and all the overhead compartments was still open and they just started closing them. I'm like, wait a minute, why'd y'all make me put my bag and check it in and all these overhead
they thought you were in the back, you and your boys. Yeah, but
United would never do that.
I also think that is a good reminder that there's a lot of people who are thinking about making this like Blaxit move, right? To like get up and leave. And they're thinking about all the different places that you can go to. And I hear a lot of people talk about Portugal and talk about places in Europe. And I think that you might want to pause for just a moment and consider how many different governments across the world have seen shifts to the right, driven largely by immigrant populations. Is that the nice way to say it? Immigrant populations and feelings that maybe mirror the United States. I don't know if those are the places you want to plan your Blaxit to. I'm just saying, maybe you want to try a place where you are part of the majority.
Yeah, it is a very liberating feeling. And the longer you're here, the more uncomfortable you are in places where you're not the majority.
Can I tell you what happened to me though?
Tell me, because
I left Accra and I flew through JFK. And JFK, like that is a melting pot airport. Like there's just a lot of everybody there. So I didn't feel any kind of way. And then I went to West Texas. And I was in West Texas for 2 days. I didn't see no Black people.
That's scary, ain't it?
I went out to a restaurant to eat by myself. I sat at the bar, and I was sitting there eating my food and I was looking around. I was like,
I hope your head was on the swivel the whole time you were there.
It wasn't until like halfway through my meal that I really was like, wait a second, this is kind of weird. It's been a while. I don't know if maybe it's early. No, I don't. What was interesting though was then the next day, I decided that I didn't want to eat out. I was going to eat in the hotel because it would have been 2 days since I saw any Black people. And all I could think was like, okay, surely, right? Like where are they? Are they here and not out? Like there's got to be Black people here. I know that there's no Texas cities, right? That are.
You weren't in the sundown town, were you?
I don't think so, but I have spoken in those as well. You wouldn't even let me stay in.
No, you could not.
Yeah.
Nope. Absolutely not.
That was just a very weird experience. I think you're right. The longer that you're here, where you're part of the majority, it's very stark when you go to another space. And even, I'm presenting and I'm talking and I'm thinking, I'm the only person that I've seen of color. Like I'm the only Black person I've seen in this building.
Yeah.
Nobody that I'm talking to, nobody that's hosting, no, the staff that I went to a Walmart.
And there was no Black people at the Walmart. Ooh, you was in a white city.
Where am I?
No Black people at the Walmart. Whoa. I know how you feel. Like the last time I went to, when I left Ghana, I went to Miami.
You were, yes.
And it didn't feel like I was in the U.S. at all. Like Miami is not part of the U.S. Miami's
part of the United States.
No, it's not. Miami is separated itself from Florida. Because I'll tell you what, every time I met somebody, I walked up to somebody, meet somebody at the grocery store, or the shopping, or wherever I was. Always the same response. Buenos dias, ¿qué pasó? Huh? Huh? Excuse me?
The majority of people in Miami speak Spanish.
I
Spanish
went
is the number one spoken
I
language.
went to a Chinese restaurant. Oh, the Chinese people and they're speaking Spanish to me. I'm like, yo, I'm a foreigner. Sorry, I'm not from here. I'm a foreigner. I only speak English.
And sometimes
And
that's not
then
that
I went
good.
to it was like, where else I go?
I mean, you did. We
Oh,
like.
I went to the gas station. It was an old white dude. Buenos dias. Dude, I'm sure you don't look like a Buenos dias to me, but okay.
That seems awful judgy.
Hola. No, that was a white dude. That was a white dude. He was like from the old Miami or something. But this
Old
new Miami
Miami.
is not part of the U.S. Even the black people there were speaking Spanish.
Oh.
I felt like an outsider. It was weird because I was the only one who didn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, it's
It was so I don't mind going to Miami. It's like going to a whole new country.
it's
So
it's very different.
y'all just
than
watch
where you
yourself.
think.
E, glad to hear you got the t-shirts. We appreciate
Oh
that,
yeah,
brother.
let's see. You got the t-shirts that you ordered. He says thank you. HUD is the black job. Is it a black eye? Did they put a black eye in HUD? I have not been paying attention. I had to turn off the news. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be the first department to go, but that's usually how it goes, you know.
It is just.
And let Bonnie know we did get her email.
Oh.
There's been some issues that we've been having with staffing, and I've been having to do a lot. So yeah.
I know. It's like, do we open up?
Sorry, we are so. I'm getting emails today, tonight, this evening. Yes.
You're hosting
Bonnie,
people on a tour
Bonnie.
tonight. You're getting into it tomorrow. Don't hear him for
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
Because I just remember right after this live, I'm shooting over to the Greens Lounge for the soft opening. I'll tell you the name of the person.
Okay, I'll go through a few more of these comments.
Go
Brown Corp Blue says Brie is too expensive now. It is getting a little bit expensive, but the views are fabulous. Have we ever flown on Turkish Airlines? Have not. I don't think, but not sure. P. Rosh says that's what they say, that people ignored the private prisons, sued a state for not filling their quota. Yikes. And Browncoat says, have stayed with us before, can recommend, and Jet Union, highly recommended. So thank you both for those. We appreciate that. Zola says, I'm ready to leave, but my mom is fearful of flying. I have to tough it out.
Give her a Xanax pill and she'll be fine.
I'm
not telling you to, dope your mom up, but hey, she'll be fine.
On your international flights, alcohol is complimentary. So have a couple glasses of wine and maybe take a little melatonin. That's all I'm saying.
And once you get here, be Ghanaian. Ask for all the alcohol. They'll give you the wine bottles.
Well,
they'll give you the wine bottles, because I see people doing that all the time. What are they doing? Ordering all the wine, and they happen to get made. Everybody drinking this anyway. Take it, see you later.
P Black says the slave river was more emotional they thought.
Absolutely. Standing in that river with the gold flakes, you can see the gold. It was just.
Sam says that he was at the. He's seen fights at the dungeons because white people were laughing and making jokes. I think probably because they felt so.
Some people come there and they come there and they act like it's a tourist spot. And they do that the white people thing at tourist spots where they don't respect the culture that's there. And I've seen that before, the group of kids, and there were some people around them that kind of was like, hey, and I think they were a little intimidated by how people were coming like, hey, I don't be coming around jumping and doing all that stuff around these parts. And so they kind of corrected their attitudes, but you can see the
interesting. What a weird place to go. It's like that's
But it's the thing, it's the culture. We respect cultures, and
sure.
Unfortunately, they didn't.
We've got someone here who said that the dungeon and the last bath were a lot to process in the moment, but a few days later, it's actually when they felt like they experienced it. David wants to say that they want to thank you and the team for making their trip possible.
David is here right now, him and Brene. Happy birthday again, Brene.
Yes. They said they're leaving Sunday, but they'll definitely be back.
Yeah. We'll look for you next year with your family coming in December.
And we have a couple people who are asking what is TAP, and TAP is the what is it? It's the Portugal's Portugal's government funded airline. What is the TAP? It's like T Airline Portugal. I don't remember what the
I
T is
don't
for,
remember
but
that one.
it's an airline that that you can use. And some people are saying that they have been considering the airline. It's just hard to fly the Europe piece.
Yeah, it was just, and when we got to the in Portugal, it was very boring
The
there.
airport had like nothing to do. It had
It
like
was
one place to eat, and
it
then
was
it was
like the
like,
second. It was worse than going into Heathrow. At
but
least
they
Heathrow, you can look out and you can see it's
oh
cold
my
and
God.
rainy and dreadful.
We were just cold in there too. It's like there was no heat.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, TAP. It was just like, man, just look at this gray wall.
but they offer a service that's a little different. You can do a delay in Portugal where you can basically, um, as part of your airfare, you can opt to lay over up to 3 days for no cost. So if you decide that you do want to kind of like get out and visit, you can do that. This doesn't offer. That's something they offer. So Joju says, isn't the back half of the plane the safest?
Man, listen,
Oh,
it's a
I don't
plane.
know.
If it goes down, ain't no front part, back part gonna be too safe.
Are there any airline recommendations for people flying from America to Africa?
Yeah, I think United does like 7 days a week now.
7 days a week on United out of DC.
Yeah,
Delta is out of JFK, but just no. Just no.
yeah.
Is that a
Just
no?
so. Yeah.
Somebody says that they liked KLM until their last trip, and they did the same thing with the carry-on luggage.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Luke, our son Luke,
He
loves
loves
KLM
KLM.
because he thinks they have the best food. So
Yeah.
just as a
You see, United, we travel a lot.
we
We'd love to
we've
just
been on
travel with
all of
you.
these. We have been
Viter, hey, he guessed it. Do you know your race to cities for 100 points? We give that to E.
I enjoyed my time speaking in Viter.
Yes. They don't want you in here, I hope.
They were just in Miami and was shocked at the number of people who did not speak. It's not that they don't speak English; they just speak Spanish first.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people actually do speak English, but they don't.
Mhm.
English is the second language there. It's not.
Yeah.
So it is very. It is
And,
very.
and even then,
strange.
it's like Spanish, then broken Spanish, then English. Like you speak a little bit of Spanish, no poquito.
Yeah. 20 years ago, they spoke English. You know what though? I feel like this conversation isn't really about. To me, when I hear conversations like this is actually what I think, and maybe you think differently because we both think
Yeah,
very
we're
differently,
different, yeah.
right? When I hear this stuff like this, I always think how efficient some other minority communities are about condensing their populations and allowing themselves to have their own ethnocentric space where they are where they're like, this is what this is Little Italy, this is Chinatown,
Yeah.
this is so. I actually I think it's kind of cool when you can get that. I don't think Black people have established themselves in that kind of way.
They did, but they got bombed. If you remember what happened in Oklahoma and Rosewood and places like that, where Black people had their own hospitals and restaurants and hardware stores and banks and all that stuff.
What happened?
It's the same thing that happened with like the ABA. They start taking all the best players from all the teams, and then the ABA had to dissolve because all the best players are playing for the NBA. Kind of the same thing that happened with the Negro League baseball team. Now that you think of it, I'm gonna stop right there because y'all don't know history. But here we go.
Well, I'm saying that
They tried that.
people maybe have negative feelings about how a population coalesces around people like them, but what hopefully we're trying to say is like you should come and experience what it's like to be around people like you
In the
and see
majority,
if
oh my goodness,
it doesn't change.
I'm telling you, it changes you. Being in a majority, you're like, oh, what the white dude doing over here?
I do every once in a
The
while.
white dude,
Like,
you love?
hey.
Yeah, South Africa is like,
No, stop it. But you're
down that
welcome.
way.
Anyone of any race is welcome. You will feel welcome.
Yeah,
but
they
it
treat you
is,
nice.
it is different to
And
have
I'm just
a
joking.
Black experience like that. S.C says they have traveled all of Europe and they would never move to Europe on a permanent basis. Go to where you are the majority. Someone is laughing at you, talking about how there's lots of Jamaicans in Miami. So you just didn't find the right spot.
I guess not.
James is reminding us of the brand new plane.
Tell them about the brand new plane. Go ahead, tell them. Tell them about the brand new plane from Delta. How's the Wi-Fi?
You'll have to rewind that part back.
How was the Wi-Fi?
No one is going to leave. Someone says no one's going to leave.
No one's going to leave where?
No one's going to leave America. I mean, we already got somebody who left America who's actually staying with us right now. So no one is going to leave. It's already proven false. Someone is literally staying with us right now. Was supposed to fly back, canceled the flight, and bought a house instead.
Yep, and they're going out this weekend to look for a mattress, AC unit, and something else so they can move out of the lodge and into their new house. Down the street from the lodge, Community 6. Whoop, whoop.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. No one's going to leave.
Barbecues and cookouts now.
Listen, the money is telling you people are going to leave because that flight to Accra is not cheap from Dulles. So if they're adding on 4 more flights in a week.
Right. I mean, it's not cheap for the airline.
Nobody going to leave?
No
one's going to leave. Everybody going to leave. You're going to be the only one. They're like, hey.
But the airline can't operate a flight when it's only 25% full. Like there's no profit margin in that. Those flights have to be full in order for them to expand the number of flights a week. They have to have enough demand. I mean, this is basic business, right? I know Wuhala likes to argue from a different place.
And what's weird is men lie, women lie, numbers don't. 62% increase, brother. What are you talking about? They know. Watch the money, man. Pay attention to the money.
Rootsman says, love watching the content. Want to know how to watch from the Caribbean. You have to get a VPN. We use Surfshark. We have a referral link, I think, in the description below. And then just VPN.
Yeah, and then if you don't know, we're part of a reality TV show coming from America. The back burner, not, but it,
Oh yeah, should we put that up and be like,
put that up.
Yeah,
we are.
I don't even have it up anymore.
Oh my goodness! Season 1 of the show coming from America went great. We're hoping for season 2. We've actually started doing some stuff on our own in preparation for season 2.
I mean, season 2 would be.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were coming up with a video, but okay.
Do you want the cold open?
Yeah, just do that one.
Okay, I will throw up the cold open. I have to get the stuff off the screen.
Mm-hmm. So it's streaming on Max. Coming from America, 6 episodes.
Yep, I'm ready when you are.
All right, go ahead.
I want to go back to the motherland. I want to go back home where I'm from.
Dude, you from the Bronx.
Tens of thousands of Black Americans are moving to Africa.
Are you ready for Blaxit?
Black people, do it.
When I came to Ghana, I stopped being a black man. I was just a man.
As I announced it to people, everybody was like, oh, you're moving to Africa. They reacted like I was dying.
Everybody's black, everybody's rich.
Real estate out here is amazing.
Go back and trace your roots.
Opportunities are everywhere to get it done.
But you should know, if you don't have an open mind, this is not going to work.
No, bro, I don't want no goat.
I cannot live where it smells. I'm sorry.
There's flies all the time.
Mommy, code blue.
10 days. 10 days with no water.
It is hot.
You got to be in shape to visit Africa.
There's no streetlights.
In Ghana, I don't know where I'm at.
He's coming this way.
It's very good for hormones too.
Oh. And I thought the LA dating scene was crazy. Oh.
You remember coming to America?
Yes.
This is the opposite.
I love watching that.
Yeah, that's cool.
But what is so interesting, I think, now, versus when that series was filmed, is now I think the landscape has changed a little bit in terms of why people might be looking to leave and
Oh yeah,
relocate.
definitely.
So, yeah, Shani says, is coming from America a real thing? Yes,
Yes,
that was the.
yeah. You that's all. If you didn't know, that's a reality TV show. It's streaming on Max right now.
Yes.
Yeah, go. It's a real thing. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. So before we, somebody's saying, don't forget that Vider is a sun downtown. Yes.
Yeah, we know.
And just for those of you who are wondering, TAP stands for whatever's on the screen. Thank you to our tech support person who went and looked it up for us. So
that dude is good. He's trying to get a raise or something before the holidays. Bonus.
Portuguese. So I don't.
He's trying to get a Christmas bonus, holiday bonus, something like that.
So 2 things we still have left yet to cover. And I know we have some more stuff in the comments, but let's talk about these 2 quick ideas. First off is, there were some challenges in that cold open for the show.
Just don't know.
We were talking about no water and coming from America, and that was definitely an issue. We are not challenged as much with the water.
No, we got a couple. That was our first starter house, but now we got houses with big tanks. We're fine with that. But however, man, I tell you, this Dumsor is back with a vengeance.
Ghana, what is up?
I'm on the 3-day, like 3 days in a row, they turned my lights out. I was like, serious? Y'all ain't even right about that. And then I can't complain because, you know, we come here at the house and it's on, no issues. So there's no complaint, but still, man, that's some bogus stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes running business, it just makes everything so hard when the lights go out.
It's like, hey, you know, if you're going to do it,
just let us know.
Midday.
But just let us know.
Yeah. And the thing is, like last week, Friday, lights go out, 6 o'clock, 6:30. Everybody's just ready to get out. It's like, how can you go party and the lights out, man? You can't see what's going down the street. You get to the party, you get to your venue, and you're like, oh, the venue only half lit because they don't have a generator. Oh,
and it was out for like 5 or 6 hours. And what's funny, because you went out, we usually don't go out. The house and the lodge don't go out at the same time. So the lodge went out today earlier, and you have a bet that we're going to lose power at 6:30 today. Like that is your. So if we cut out in 22 minutes.
Hey, just Charlie off now. Preemptive, you know.
So there's a couple things that I have to comment about the Dumsor. First off, the last time we went to Dumsor, it was actually hilarious because it is an election year here in Ghana, and the lights for the whole of Tema were out. Like it was not just a section.
I couldn't go to Community 9.
No, it was like
it was horrible.
Tema was off.
It was bad.
And Mahama had its election announcer. So there's trucks that drive through the neighborhoods, and they have gigantic speakers on the back, and then there's a person inside the truck who's maybe like a rolling advertisement.
For
the election and who you should vote for. So the whole of Tema, the lights are out, and the opposition party is running trucks through the neighborhood, making announcements to vote for the new administration.
Man, hey, that's effective marketing right there. Like, I don't know what they're saying, but if it was, we wouldn't do you like this. Well, they had my vote.
All I could think of was like, I wonder if they pay for them lights to go off so we can roll these trucks.
Well, I tell you, and something else that happened. ECG, y'all get your stuff together, man. I'm gonna tell you.
ECG is the electric company here in Ghana.
They sent out this notice. They're like, "Yo, we're upgrading systems, and if you got this certain meter, you know, you got to pay for at least a month prepaid in advance because the system's gonna be down. You won't be able to pay." What does everybody do? Everybody. I had to go to the lodge or go pay for the lodge for a month in advance.
And I had to, I paid the house a month in advance, which we don't, the electric system here is largely prepay. So you put money on your meter. When the meter runs out, you add the meter. So people who have maybe money, right, can add a week or 2 weeks or a month at a time. But for a lot of people who are working, like the working class, they have to add sometimes every 2 days, sometimes every week if they're fortunate. Some people are adding electric every day. Like they're just going and putting a few CDs on the electric. So to ask, to say today, listen, if you don't up your electric for a month and you have until the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are.
Yeah.
There's no.
And let me tell you, that wasn't a threat because 2 weeks earlier they were like, "Yo, they sent out a notice the day of that they were doing this." I didn't have electric for 2 days.
Yep. So they basically said like, "Hey, the system's going to be down. So if you need to top off today." And
they sent then they shut it off.
And they shut it off. It was like right away.
Immediate. They sent out the notice and then shut it off. It's like, wait, send out the notice the day before so we can prepare. Nope. So this time around, everybody's scared now because I don't want mine to get cut off and not be able to pay or recharge it. So I would pay 5 weeks in advance, right? What did they do 3 days later? We was just joking. This is not for everybody, and y'all don't have to worry about paying all that. I'm like, but wait, our pockets are hit now. You already got it. Y'all not gonna refund us that or anything?
That's a money grab, y'all.
That
money
was
grab
so
before the
dirty.
year because
Dirty.
The elections are coming up, so I wonder how the two are intertwined. But we don't talk politics. Just know, if you are coming, Dumsor is not gone.
Yeah,
Dumsor is not gone.
It's around.
Also, Ghana, what's up? Visa on arrivals in December. Now, speaking of money grabs, I have always thought visas on arrival are kind of Ghana's, the airport's little money grab. They open up visas on arrival usually at the very tail end of November.
Yeah.
And it lasts for the month of December through to the very beginning of January. And that basically means like you don't need to get a visa before you come and go through the consulate and all of that. You just come and arrive. And when you get here, you can get your 30-day visa and be done. Yeah. They've done this for how many years?
I don't know. Since we've been here,
yep.
Basically,
It's not new. You can't anticipate it. But spoiler alert, this year, no announcement.
No announcement. Still, they like immigration service. I know y'all listening, man. Hey, what's up? People want to know in advance. They not this popping whenever.
But you can't send if you don't get your visa. If you can't visa on arrival and you haven't sent your visa off from the States, there's no way to expedite that and get it in a day or 2 days or 3. It takes time to get that back. They closed one of the consulates, the consulate in Texas, closed down, and so they're just not as speedy. So visa on arrival is very helpful, but people need to know that you're going to do it. Just say you're going to have it.
Do it every year from November 15th to January 15th. Visa on arrival.
Just say it.
Just say it, and then you hey, United will have all of those flights 7 days a week coming in filled, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, it is a barrier, and for people to know means that they can plan, and when they can plan, they can get here with ease. So visa on arrival, as of this moment, no, but
there's no announcement at least.
But that's not to say that December 1st could be December 1st. Yeah, Sunday we could find out that they're having them. So definitely keep your ears open. You can join our closed Facebook group. We do have people who post information. We share information. It's a great
you can find us Expert Life on the Facebook group.
Yep. So here's another question. Sorry, some people are still asking about TAP, but there's a big question that has I think there's 8 things up here.
A couple people.
Here's the question, Tony. Did you get? But let me back up because I think there was one more person in here who said that there was a big. What would you say?
There's a big hoopla, big
ceremony.
There's a lot of hoopla, and blah 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 blah.
There was a big
Mm-hmm.
event.
So there was, and I don't know. First of all, I want to congratulate 524 new citizens of Ghana. They got their dual citizenship here. A lot of people were asking that Tony and Ayo get theirs, that Tony and Ayo get theirs. Ayo's Ghanaian. Her children are Ghanaian. She has hers. They have their green passport. They're happy. She just smiled. I did not file for my citizenship yet.
So just so that you are all aware, I'm Ghanaian by blood. So the process was very different. While not simple or easy, it is done. It is done. And then the boys, by virtue of my citizenship status, were able to get it.
Yeah.
But you are the spouse
Mhm.
of a Ghanaian. And so you
Yeah,
have to go
so
through a process.
yeah.
So
So I was in no rush for the process because I was in the process of building some things here that I thought would solidify my relationship with the Ghana people, that they were like, yo, he's one of us. So I wanted to make
he's one of
sure
you.
that I wasn't just coming here and I'm gonna retire and live the good life. No, I wanted to build something with different people here and all around, and then say, hey, I want to be part of y'all. I'm committed. So now that I feel I've gotten to that point, next year I will be applying for my dual citizenship.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who were on that list, but I don't think were a lot of them people who had a
I don't
different
want to talk about
pathway.
I don't want to talk about the list because there
No,
was
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying, like
people on the list from 5 years ago, and a lot of people on the list from like earlier this summer.
there was a diverse set of people on the list.
Mhm.
But I'm saying, did the people who were on the list have a different pathway to citizenship other than?
Yeah, some came in as retirees that I know of. Some came in,
But they wouldn't have another pathway like you have
like
by marriage.
yeah.
Are the people who are on that list, do they have a by marriage or a by blood option? They're diasporan straight. Most of them are
Diasporans, yeah,
diasporan straight.
So, yeah. For the majority, I would believe, yeah. Some are here doing development and other businesses, and so yeah, there was a big list, 525. Congratulations to all of them.
Yes.
Saila and Delim were part of that. So yeah. Mhm.
Yes. So Tony and I, all the best getting citizenship going forward.
So we'll have hopefully a ceremony next year if they're having one next year, but I will apply next year.
Yes.
Early next year.
But you technically have another pathway anyway.
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean, like you've been here. Next year will be 5 years,
Mhm.
and I think that's all you need to just apply. Like you could just apply regular.
I know. So quick. So I wasn't in a hurry for anything. I knew that I would eventually would come, but there were things that were more important to me.
Yeah, some people are like, I didn't think Tony was getting since the question was overlooked. It wasn't overlooked. We were just saving it. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
I didn't need that to be today. I didn't need to go through that. And people who know me like, nope, Tony one of us, y'all. He was already one of us. He one of us now. Don't have it. Y'all just don't know. So it's like that, I'm not. That wasn't a big deal to me to go through it this time.
But I did see some people who questioned the collection of people who were granted their citizenship. Kind of curious how there were people who were on it for a long time who.
I'm not one of them. I'm just, hey.
No, you weren't. But there
I'm
were.
Just saying.
There were people who were on it for a long time who didn't get it this round. People who were on it for a shorter amount of time who did get it. So it was kind of like, what? How?
I don't know how any of that works.
Right.
But when I go, and I just would like to be like, oh, that dude been here 5 years. He doing this. That's the ELG. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
But I wish I could find Wahala because I know he has.
That dude got too much to say.
I know he always does.
I know the type. I know the type.
Here he is again. This is the comment. Haha. Who can just give up their careers and businesses and just leave? All right, those people who end up running right back. Numbers don't lie. My man, 500 people just got their citizenship. That is a number that you cannot deny. Those people, actually Americans and people from abroad who came and are staying because they want their citizenship. The second part of that is this idea that you have that people can't just give up their careers and businesses and leave. Okay, that's the American dream, golden handcuffs. People need to know that there are different types of options. So yes, not everyone can just ditch everything and go, but if you make a solid plan, yes, you can. And running right back, people come, they decide it's not for them, they go back.
And I'll tell you, who can just leave their careers and businesses? People who have an open mind, people who will travel here and say, I see a need for something. And they take the little money they have, invest in that need that they see, because I can tell you, I passed 10 different opportunities for business every day. And people come in and they talk to me, and I say, you know what they need here? Let me tell you in your ear. And then a little while later, boom, so and so is opening up a X shop. Somebody down there open up a Y shop. We're going to have a talk in the future about business ideas and things here, but yeah, people can. People who know, hey, what's coming may not be for me. I'm not sure about it. At least let me go over there and see. The people that end up running back are the ones that had this fantasy plan that, oh, I'm going to a country that the exchange rate is so low, I'm going to be able to live like a baller. Those are the people running back because they don't understand numbers. And if you understand numbers, you understand, hey, $100 is $100. You know, whether they give you 1,700 CDs or 1,500 CDs,
that's still $100.
That's still $100, man. So come on now, think. Come on.
But you know, when I see comments like this, it's a reminder that even Black people sometimes are disillusioned to see the Black experience as monolithic. It is not monolithic. Yes, there are people who come and they spend all their vacation money they saved up. They only can come one time. They have their experience. They go back home. There are people who sell everything and they move here thinking that they're going to have one kind of experience without any context, and they don't like it and they go back. Yes, that's true. There are people who are like, you know what? I have the means and I have the know-how, and so I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to live the rest of my life over abroad. There's some people who go back and forth who are like, I like the best of both worlds. There is nothing monolithic about this, but you saying something like, who can just give up their careers in business and businesses and just
it means you're around people who can't do that.
I can.
Exactly. You're around people who can. Hey, if you're the richest dude in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're the smartest guy in the room. You're in the wrong room. Sounds like to me you're the smartest guy in the room, and you need to get in some more rooms.
Yes. So there you go.
Up your social, life, man. Just something.
So Gia says, does having generators help with blackouts?
Yes.
Yes, but the cost of petrol to put in the generators, the cost of gas to put in
running
those.
up things. Oh, let me tell you, and the noise pollution. Everybody in the neighborhood got a generator going right now.
It is pricey. So just keep that in mind. A to the V says, Tony, you would make a hell of a brand ambassador for United.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As much as I try to promote Ghana, I would love to promote United, getting you to Ghana. So let's unite in this.
San says, effective marketing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, San Hines. We appreciate that.
San Hines says, they would love to come, but the internet is so shaky. How on earth could I work from home in Ghana?
We figured that one out.
Yes.
It's called you have your little personal box, the
so
Wi-Fi box.
This actually happens because I work remote for the most part. So I'm on the internet all day, every day. And so usually the laptop has enough power. There is a power box that you can buy for your laptop specifically to keep that running after the lights go out. And we keep our data plan. We have a separate box on a different data network than the house's broadband. And so we just turn on hotspot on our cell phones or the mobile box and then hop on that so that we can continue to be online even when the lights are out. But it does get hot.
Yep.
Which requires a totally different kind of solution.
Yep. We got 6 minutes before possible Dumsor hit.
You think it's going, huh?
I don't know. So we just click out. You're like, oh damn, they was sick.
And then you'll know. Yeah. It was crazy. If it wasn't for my HOA, they wouldn't have known that they had to top off. What is the reasoning behind that? They say they're upgrading the system, but then they were like, just kidding, not for everybody.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's so crazy.
Yeah, seems so crazy. And then East Attic says, a move anywhere requires planning. I've known so many people who moved to a new city or state in the U.S. who end up having to move back to their home city or state because they didn't research and they didn't adapt.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this is no different. You have to have a plan. You have to know what you're coming into, how you're going to make the transition, what you're going to do with your kids and your stuff, and how you're going to make money. Like, you have to have. You can't do this blind. And if you do decide to do this blind, then best of luck. But you are going to need luck because it's not just going to magically work out. I think that's just poor planning.
Yeah. And we tell everybody, hey, come visit, stay a little while, and
See how you
you know,
like it.
yeah, Ghana is not for everybody.
Yeah.
If living in a place like rural Alabama or Mississippi, Louisiana, them places is not for you, and where you go visit the big city every once in a while or something like that. If you can't live in one of those kind of environments, this is not for you.
Yeah. Well,
Because it's a mix of a lot of things here.
yeah, and there's so much diversity in different pockets of communities. I will say,
Yeah.
like, there are people who live in their pocket of a community and never ever have to leave. Like, everything is in their little pocket. And so you might find yourself in a pocket and really be like, this
Timma.
that's good. I
Timma.
don't need to leave. I have everything I need.
Whatever you want, you can find in Timma. That's why I love it here.
Yeah, but then you might go to Cape Coast, totally
Well,
different.
you're like, man.
You go to Kumasi, you're up in the northern region in Tamale, you're
Shout
out in
out to
Volta.
Kumasi. They got international flights starting on the 3rd or something like that.
Yeah, they have their international airport.
Yeah. So
which is now 3, right?
Yeah.
No, wait, it's the 3rd one in Ghana.
Is Tamale international?
Yeah, I think, no, do they not get the upgrade? Anyway, so see, there you go. The
But
flights are coming.
yeah. At least 2
Yes.
international airports here in Ghana, and the flights start coming in December 3rd, I think. On that first, I can't remember where they're coming in from, but
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
It is
People are
definitely a big
coming
thing.
here. So while some people are like, "Hey, nobody doing that," other people are like, "Yeah, y'all get out of the way of the people who want to."
Yeah, I
want
mean,
to go.
it's cool. You don't want to come, don't come. There's plenty of people who are coming. I totally cannot see the name. Albina. Albina says the difference between Ghana and the US is this: Ghana gives you things that are priceless, like peace, safety, and freedom, whilst America gives you fancy stuff, fancy materials.
That's a great comparison. You're right.
Yeah. Well, I always make this analogy. My dad went to the US because he was looking for opportunity. But you came back to Ghana because you wanted peace. And that's just like...
Yeah. And he was never staying there. That was his plan. Was, hey, I'm opportunity, make some money, and choo.
Yep.
And that's what he did.
And he always gave back. Like, he was always coming back. He was always sending money back and supporting people who were trying to make the transition to the United States.
And that peace thing.
That's
Peace of
huge.
mind. Hey, my post-traumatic stress disorder is gone. Yeah. I think it's gone. Every time I hear them gunshots at those funerals, I'm like, it's just, okay. I see y'all, man. I'm ready to go.
Well, Ella says that she loved the show. Her granddaughter watched all the episodes with her and is harassing her to come now so that she can relate to where I was born.
Well, great. That's what we want to hear.
But that's the thing is that, I've been coming my first trip was when I was 1. I've been here multiple times before we moved. And I can tell you the Ghana that a lot of people left behind 15 and 20 and 30 years ago,
it's a different Ghana.
It's not the same Ghana that there is now. So if you are someone who, maybe you are Ghanaian and you're living abroad and you haven't been back in a while, I would actually implore you as well to consider coming back, bringing your kids and your spouse and having the experience, because it's not like it was before. It is very different, and it's worth exploring to see if you can't continue to keep that connection as you kind of pull through into your Western life. It's worth keeping that tether, I would say. That's my 2 cents.
That was $1.50, but okay.
That was. We've got people who said they're traveling to Benin, Kenya, Ethiopia soon, and they all have e-visas.
E-visas, yeah. That's the African thing now.
Yeah. Ghana's rolling out their Ghana card, which has an e-visa element to it. So they are upgrading their systems to be able to accommodate that. I think it's on the horizon. They're just not there yet. But
it's coming real soon.
Yeah, the fact that they even are kind of getting ready for that, I think, is a good comment. So just to keep that in mind. I've lost where I was in all of this. Do you go through the Diasporan Association to get?
No, Ministry of Interior, I think, for citizenship. Yeah.
Yes, and can you get citizenship through investment?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Some I know, and I already have. So people are trying to get there. People are working on Blaxit for about 3 years now, and in 1 more year they will be out. And Pamela, that's a perfect example.
A plan.
You're making a plan. You are going forward. It takes some time to make sure that you've got all the pieces in place, and then you make your Blaxit. But for people who haven't started the process, like step one is getting your passport. You do not have a passport. Honestly,
you can't be taken serious about coming here.
If you are an American, but especially if you are a Black American, just have a passport.
Just have your passport. You never know when you're going to need it. Especially on day one.
I mean, it's a couple $100, so it could be that takes a little bit of investment for you, but have your passport because then you have options, and that allows you a certain kind of freedom that you cannot have if you don't have a passport. So please, like Ella says, it's possible to move. You just have to plan well. So have that plan. And Malcolm reminds you, try not to come here to look for a job. The job market is tight, and people are very educated here, and you're competing as a foreigner coming into the workforce. So have a U.S. income. Let's see, IO. This citizenship was by the president's authority, so you didn't have to go through the process.
Yeah. In the election year, interesting.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it now?
Yeah, 500 so people.
It's 6:31.
All right.
We made it.
I wonder if the power's back on at the live.
I wonder if it's about to go off here and they're running 2 minutes behind. Yes, Tamale is.
Okay, great to hear. See, 3 international airports here in Ghana.
Yeah, Tamale went first.
Thank you.
Does Ghana recognize common law marriage?
Oh, no, common law.
No, you got to have a cert on that. You got to have some kind of paper on that one. From Alabama, and I just back from.
Cable never had a blackout. You're so lucky.
You never had a blackout the whole time you were here, 10 days. You know, it was better when when the temperature is lower and people are not running ACON as much. I don't think blackouts are as prevalent kind of in rainy season.
Nope. Last rainy season, it was worse. I'm telling you.
I don't think it.
And then they were like, "Oh, it's a blackout. This has because the transformer got flooded." All right, whatever, man.
Somebody has some recommendation for Antonio. He says, if you are legally married, it means that marriage has been registered with the state authorities. So you have some documentation to bring back with you. So definitely. San says, so many Black people, particularly men here in America, have no idea what Africa can do for their mental states.
Yeah,
West Africa is definitely might be
I don't feel comfortable going back to the United States. I don't. As a Black man being here for over 4 years now, when I go back, I do have a little anxiety about going back because all of the baggage that I dropped coming here, I have to pick back up. I have to pick back up going to certain high-end stores knowing these people just don't even want to shop with y'all because y'all just looking at it like y'all ready for me to steal something. I'm leaving. And they look, he was scared to be in here. We knew he was going to steal. I'm like, no, y'all made me feel uncomfortable. You know, that's not.
We did an interview and you said something that I was like, oh, that is so like the juxtaposition of how we both transitioned back to America. And for me, I have to become like I get invisible and you get more seen.
More lights on me. More taken,
and I thought that was really like as a Black woman, I feel like when I go back to the States,
kind of like put off to the side a little bit.
You become invisible. People just don't see you. They kind of like ignore you. You're not there. So it's interesting to go back. It's like I have to minimize or disappear to find my place. And you were like, well, it's the opposite.
Yep.
For me, you become.
I go places. She's saying something that I was talking about the other day. Passport or a little while ago about it being hard for.
Well, finish your thought before you jump.
What was I talking about?
I
thought I finished it.
I did. I just wanted to acknowledge that the PTSD that you feel as a Black man in the United States is real, and real. You don't know how real it is until you
leave and come back. Come back. That's why I like going to Miami. I was like, yo, this is not America by any means. I'm telling you, going to a restaurant and you see somebody Black, you be like, hey, what's up? Oh, que pasó, mano? Que pasó, mi hermano? What?
Ella says what you were about to jump to next, which is that the passport rules are changing next year. So if you don't have it, or it's going to expire, get your replacement ASAP. Ours expire next year. We need to get our replacement ASAP.
I told you they're gonna start making it hard for y'all to get passports. They'll make it hard for you to leave. Why would they make it hard for you to leave? Well, if you're there, they can do what they want to you. You can't leave. Where you gonna go?
Interesting.
It could be. Nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to be great. Could be not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, if you don't have your passport yet, get your passport. Friendly PSA reminder. Can someone live on $1,000 in Social Security a month if they come there and own their own home?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on how you want to live. Like, it just depends on how you want to live.
Yeah.
That's really it. I was there for 2 weeks and we waited for the ride to the airport and the power went out twice, but the generator worked, so it was short. And I was happy to say I experienced Dumsor. People are happy about having had Dumsor.
Like, hey, the power went out on me.
Yay!
The other people like,
So
man,
excited.
my microwave meal is halfway.
Yeah, I was so mad because I was like about to go make myself some food. I was like, oh.
Anyway, moving right on.
They had a hi, wonderful family. I'll be applying for pickup from the airport on March 2025. Didn't this past April, I didn't use your service. Bad news, Tony has kind of stopped doing airport pickups.
Yeah,
because the tours have just taken up so much.
Yeah, I ran into a driver issue with the tours. We have like multiple tours going out on days, and having a driver just to pick up somebody at the airport who isn't staying with us becomes an issue with us because they take us all over to drop them off. And we still want to provide a great service, so we had to pull back on some of where we're going and how we're getting out because I want to provide a great service, not a good service. So we just have to work a little bit to get to that point again where I can have drivers just for airport pickups. So sorry if you're not staying with us, we cannot pick you up.
But if you are staying with us, we can pick you up. And that is the most important part.
But email me at hello@expelifeghana.com and I can refer you to someone who does that.
So very interesting. We've got E here is saying that they just renewed their passport. And E, I just would like to acknowledge in this moment that we have some tours coming up next year, including the Friends and Family tour
in May.
The Friends and Family tour.
See something about the Friends and Family.
The Friends and Family tour is coming up in May. The Educators tour is in July. If you are trying to get on a payment plan for either of those two tours, you have until the end of the year to get on those. Otherwise, you will miss your chance. So if you would like to put money down and get on the payment plan, you need to get that started right away. You can check out on the site.
And the Friends and Family tour is really just kind of, you're going to see a little bit of historic things. You know, we'll definitely go to the castles and Kwame Nkrumah Museum, the National Museum, W.B. Du Bois Museum. You'll see Black Star Square, Jamestown Lighthouse, and the Arch. And then it's Party Central. Let me tell you, we're going to do the ATVs out in the breeze. We're gonna have a party at Sandbox, a day party at Sandbox. If you don't know about Sandbox Beach Club, go to Google, look up Sandbox Beach Club Accra. A day party. Think about the part I'm gonna throw and for the Friends and Family tour. If you remember, like one of 90s videos and everybody out by the pool jamming, that's going to be the Sandbox for our party. I'm telling you. Anyway.
Don't sleep on that one, but definitely get online. You can visit us at expatlifeghana.com. You're going to get the details for the tour, but if you are trying to get on a payment plan, get that in ASAP so that you can get your plan started and finished before the window closes on those two tours. So we also have, did you get all the notes from your crazy notes paper? I'm going to let you look at that while I give one more reminder here.
I wanted to talk about buyer's remorse, but it's two stories that I did want to talk about that were related to.
Okay. Well, let me first remind everyone that we were early today for our live. When y'all fall back in the US,
It's hard for us.
man,
We
it's like 11 o'clock at night. We're trying to start a live. It hurts. So because it's a holiday, today's a holiday, and figured some of you are not working, that we would just go a little earlier. But we are also going to go a week early and at an earlier time slot for our December live. So just letting you know, our December live will not be the last Friday of the month. It will be December 20th, and we will be going live at 5 instead of 11. So a little bit earlier in the day for those of you in the US. And hopefully you can join us, but if not, definitely catch the replay for that one.
That one is going to be a very informative live. A lot of people are going to be in town. We're going to try to get out as much information about things happening as we can to help those people find where the parties are.
Speaking of where the parties are, do you happen to know where a party is going to be at?
Tonight?
No. In December.
Oh, December? Yeah. At Green's Lounge.
Don't forget to get those tickets, y'all. expatlifeghana.com/throwback. If you are trying to get one of those last cabanas, get on and get that one before they're gone. The tickets are discounted if you are coming in a couple or a pair. So grab a friend and make sure you make it to the event. Get your tickets early. And remember, this is the official. It's
the official. We are the official Diaspora in December throwback party.
So there. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready too.
I feel like let the party get started.
So if you like Parliament Funkadelic or Ohio Players or Bootsy Collins, Rick James, if you like some good 70s music, got your fade. If you like some good 80s music, like who was jumping in the 80s? Like Luther. Bad boys.
Y'all, you know what? I honestly wish that Tony would just DJ this entire event. I know I think that we should compel him to DJ for like 30 minutes and just let him go wild, because I'm telling you right now, did you see what's just happened?
I'm telling you.
He would play the soles right off your shoes.
And we're gonna have it's a dance party, and y'all a couple times we're gonna slow it down, have some slow jams going on.
Like a couple skate.
And then it's just going right back to the party. But tonight at Green's Lounge, I want to give them a big shout out. Is Mitchie, exclusive 100 with Mitchie. I'm not sure what that means. The exclusive 100. I think it means it's the exclusive group of people that were invited, or an exclusive group of people that can afford the ticket. I have no idea what exclusive 100 means, but I'll find out.
About to find out.
Mitchie is the artist that's going to be there for the soft opening tonight.
That's awesome.
They have DJ Shaker and Malik, the DJ Hype Man by Highest MC and MC Big Bright.
Yes.
So
definitely make it there. And if you really want the party, get there for December. If you miss that party, get in on the friends and family trip. E is saying that he's been talking about Ghana early next year, but the friends and family sounds lovely. Speaking offline, but let me remind you, E, that May also happens to be when someone we both know and love is going to celebrate their birthday.
I turned the double nickel.
And I know one thing about this man is that birthday parties.
She knows.
That's the tour you want to be on, y'all. Friends and Family, May 2025. Tony is going to definitely make that worth.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm pulling all stops at all my connects in Ghana here. It's going to be wild.
That'll be the one. I'm gonna have to tag you or something so I can track you off. And make sure you're
gonna be with me. So we're like, you need to come pick up your husband off the floor in here. Oh goodness.
So have you tried the new flower pot exchange?
We did. Yeah, we did the the bridge that goes over the motorway.
Ghana has just made a new exchange with a flyover bridge over the motorway, and they just finished it.
To Spintex.
Yes, so it was. We have some video of kind of like going past it in different stages.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back this last time, it was like, oh my God, we're on the thing.
Done.
It's done. So
pretty cool.
Yeah, we've already had a chance to ride it.
One traffic engineer, when you first get on, the sign says Timber on the left, and I was like, the off ramp's on the right, and then you go down like a quarter mile, and then the sign says Timber on the left, and you have to hurry up to get to the left. So traffic engineer, we need to talk about that.
There you go. So the flower pot was fun, and someone's asking about our feedback on Marcola Market. Would you recommend it? Great prices.
Yeah, Sunday mornings, 5:30 in the morning is the best time to go. That's when the best shopping is because it's less crowded. You'll be out by 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's an experience. Be ready for an experience.
Yeah.
There's some people who are, do you need a GJ cameo for sure? People are wanting to see cameo. Definitely. Just like Candy. Now you're starting it now.
Yeah, who is the need a guest? And hey, get at me because I am looking for one more. We have 2 already, and I need one more. So yeah, we need 3 DJs.
And then some people are giving some advice on the cost to rent here versus in Accra or different parts of the area. So
yeah.
Consider that. Whew.
That's a lot.
It's good to see us back here together again. The last time we were both in Ghana, but you were on a tour.
I was in the Bree, yeah,
Fall
in
Fest
the Bree. So I was like,
yeah. So we are back. Looks like Ghana's treating you well. Is Ghana treating you well?
Yeah, I'm happy here. Yeah.
And there you go. I can't wait for the Ashimoto.
Yeah.
Now
I want to talk about the interchange that statue is up already. Can we get the roundabout done first?
Anyway, it's time for you to plan that tour to Ghana. You have not done so already, please do so. I know we've kind of been talking about Blaxit and that Blaxit experience. Boop, boop. We've been talking about making those tough choices of budgeting and preparing for the possibility and getting that passport in place.
Yes.
And yes, Ghana has its challenges, like Dumsor, like so many others that
I mean,
that's
I don't even complain about that. We figured that one out.
It does. It just takes a little bit to figure it out. But
Once you like, okay, and then you see how everybody else is cool, like, oh, well, shut it down.
So
who's open with the cold club? And then you just, what else can you do?
No holla, baby. No
holla.
But when you see airlines like United more than doubling their
62%
their
increase.
Flights, you know that something's going on between the U.S. and Ghana, and definitely you want to have the option to take advantage of it in one way or another, either by visiting and taking a tour, or by packing up everything,
moving on up.
And moving. It's up to you. You have options.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway.
But that being said, I have to get a couple things out before Ghana news. I only talk about Tema. Anyway, Zarzar's exclusive. The new Zarzar's, we remodeled a little bit and done some things in there. So expanded the front porch. Zarzar's, the new Zarzar's exclusive, is having a children's Christmas party the 22nd of December from 12 to 6. And if you're in Community 11, Zarzar's exclusive, the new Zarzar's down from the Community 11 school.
I hope I got that right. I was typing while you were talking. So Zarzar's Children's Christmas Party, 22nd of December, 12 p to 6 p.
Yes, ma'am. They have Afro Xmas. That's the 25th and 26th.
Okay.
That's where all the masqueraders come out. They'll be in Community 8, Community 2. So basically what it is, 8 o'clock in the morning, is just a big old parade. They do this a couple times. They parade from one community to the other, big party. There's going to be I think in Community 8, they have a stage, entertainment coming through.
They had a stage last year, so I'm thinking
so it's a
big,
it's a big deal. Afro Xmas in Tema. You got to be in Tema for this. This
Right,
is a Timothy.
25th, 26th, is that correct?
25th, 26th.
Yay.
The day after. The party everybody's been waiting for. The official Diaspora in December throwback party. 27th December at Green's Lounge in Community 9, Tema. Again, Tema.
This is a lot of Tema action.
Tema's the place to be. Thought you knew.
Tema's the place to be. Anything else?
There was some stuff that I wrote down that I didn't get to that I think I'll table for the next.
Y'all, did you see? Look at this paper. What is?
I just had to make sure I said a couple things correctly in order to write them down. But there was, yeah, we'll table something. We'll table.
Okay.
Anyway.
That'll give us a wrap. I think we're.
Yeah, I think we talked about everything we needed to talk about. I need to get over. There's a bus.
You got a tour.
In a little bit, headed over to the Greens Lounge. I got to jump on that because I plan on not being able to drive later. I need to get on the bus so they can drive me.
I'm not driving to pick you up from anywhere. You better figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. They'll give me a hey, you can sleep in the cabana for the night.
That'll be how you do it.
Yeah. So congratulations again to the 524 that were part of the citizenship ceremony, getting their dual citizenship here in Ghana. So congratulations to you guys.
All right, I think that's a wrap. If you are still here with us, please hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up so that the algorithm will push this out to more people who can start to consider the opportunities that lie outside of America.
Yeah.
Because you have options.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
And numbers don't lie. 62% United. Thank you for coming every day of the week now. Right, not being like Delta, not giving my wife Wi-Fi. Because I know y'all
that
wouldn't
made me
do
feel
that.
like so bougie. The TV screens weren't even working. Like there wasn't anything.
United
it was just like, oh, if I'd
that.
known, I would have packed a book, or
Yeah, United wouldn't do that. So next week, y'all see me wearing a big old United shirt and the United captain hat. I'm like, yeah.
All right, United.
If not,
he's waiting for you.
I'll still be like, United wouldn't do that.
Do that.
Anyway, I think that's it for us. Have a great weekend, and we are all out of here. And thank you, everybody. And you want to say bye?
I never say goodbye. Goodbye.
Charlie out for now.
Last two comments. Thank you for the great information. Glad you caught us live. Thank you for being here. Jet, so glad that we're here. Hey, thanks for live.
We appreciate y'all people.
Woo, that was it. Okay. Go party.
I'm going.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.